Cohabitation. I believe cohabitation has turned to a norm in this society of ours, and I am not against you living together. I am not against it, but something I know I am against is cohabitation, because it has become so rampant in the society, and this cohabitation actually led to some crimes we are having in the country. I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Hello guys, welcome to yet another episode of INSiGHT. Hope you are fine. Thank you so much for joining this show, and I am your host OLASUMBO AKINOLA, and it's a pleasure to have you here again, as I have always been having you on today's show. And today's topic is a different one. We'll be talking about cohabitation. And what does it mean when I say cohabitation? And according to the definition I have here, it says it is the state of living together and having a sexual relationship without being married, and increasingly prefer cohabitation to marriage. Also, it is the state or fact of living or existing at the same time or in the same place. So now you already have an idea of what cohabitation is, and seriously, you as a viewer, you must have seen a couple or some people cohabiting together or living together without being married. This thing is very common, especially in tertiary institutions, that's in polytechnics, college of education, university, and for those that are even serving, those that are even working. You will see some people living together and you would even think, okay, they are married, but no, they haven't even legalized their relationship. Instead, they choose to cohabit together, and this kind of thing is now common. People don't even see it as a big deal. The man family does not see it as a big deal, and the lady's family as well does not see it as a big deal. So as this program is, it is based on our lifestyle, people's belief, orientation, and practices. And there is one common belief about people that cohabit. Seriously, I feel it is a very wrong impression. It is a very wrong impression. And this belief is that while some studies show that living together before marriage increases a couple's chances of getting divorced early in their marriage. Some people believe that, okay, once they're able to cohabit before getting married, you know, even in marriage, you can't know your partner's behavior, you can't know everything. In 30 years of marriage, partners still tends to know new things about their other partner. But people think to cohabit is like to know your partner's behavior. So when you cohabit with your partner, you feel okay through the 6 months of living together, through the 1 year, through the 2 years of living together, you would be able to know a lot of things about your partner, and some things you can tolerate in marriage, some things you cannot tolerate in marriage. So if you notice some things you can't tolerate in marriage, you might just decide, okay, I can't go on with this marriage, or I can't go on with this relationship, and then you break up. That is some people's belief, because some people will just approach you and tell you, I can't marry someone I don't know, I can't marry this, I can't marry that, like different kind of thing. So some people believe it is safer to cohabit before marriage. This is a very wrong impression. It's a very wrong one. While others found out that cohabiting can actually be beneficial in the long run. Not everyone who moves in with their partner does so because they want to get married. Others, another school of thought, let me put it like that, another school of thought also says that cohabiting with your partner doesn't also result into marriage. So what's the essence of living together if it won't lead to marriage and you are both in a romantic relationship? Seriously, it is a wrong one, and if you are watching this video, it is to correct, it is to change that wrong impression of yours. Number one, if you cohabit with someone and then you realize he or she has some attitude you can't tolerate, and then you break up the relationship, seriously, in what state do you expect that other partner to find his or herself? Because it will be so devastating. You can't actually imagine living with someone for 6 months, a year, 2 years, and some 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and then it ends with an heartbreak. Seriously, this is just an heartbreak some people can't just absorb. And aside the fact that mentally or psychologically it might affect the person, also something I'm talking about here is the kind of impression you create in people's mind, the kind of way you present yourself. Because how do you expect those living in that neighborhood, how do you expect them to see you? I'm not even talking about you pleasing people, like your personality itself. Are you trying to build your personality, and are you trying to maintain your personality, the small good personality you've created for yourself? Seriously, I won't want you to belittle it. So that kind of impression is very wrong. I want you to erase it straight away. And couples who cohabit before marriage, especially before an engagement or an otherwise clear commitment, tend to be less satisfied with their marriage and more likely to divorce than couples who did not. And something I would love to say about couples who love to cohabit before marriage or before engagement, otherwise clear commitment, tend to be satisfied. And this is another wrong thing, because people believe, okay, if you are able to cohabit with your partner and you are satisfied and you are this, it's an automatic plus mark for marriage. Seriously, even if you cohabit with your partner for 4 years, 5 years, and when you eventually legalize your marriage, seriously, you will still know some new things about such partner. So don't have this belief that, okay, we lived smoothly for 1 year, for 2 years, there wasn't any quarrel, there wasn't any disagreement, there was nothing. Seriously, we are going to have the best marriage ever. We are going to have an happy home. Like, seriously, it does not guarantee it. It doesn't guarantee it. That's just what you need to know. So it is better for you not to cohabit. The only means in which you can know your partner's behavior is for you to live together. I know that, but living together for 20 years does not even give you the assurance that, okay, I already know everything about my partner. We have marriages of 20, 25 years that are still breaking, 30 years that are still breaking, even marriages of 25 years that the partners are still using themselves for negative reasons or negative aims. So you need to be cautious. And according to some researchers, they believe the idea that cohabitants were less conventional about marriage and thus more open to divorce. As cohabitation has become a norm in the society, studies have shown that the effect is not entirely explained by individual characteristics like religion, education, or politics. Research suggests that at least some of the risks may lie in cohabitation itself. Some of the risk that lies in cohabitation is on an unwanted pregnancy. And so for some people who came before they cohabit, they won't even do some necessary tests talking about their blood group or their results, their blood result, like the scientists would say. If I'm wrong, please, you can correct me in the comment section. You know, some people won't even see the need to do it. All they just want is to cohabit, and then by the time they start living together and then an unwanted pregnancy comes up, they are not ready to marry. Okay, maybe they are not yet sure of their relationship. The man tells the lady to abort the pregnancy, and what if their result is different? And it is and when results are different, the lady would need to have an injection that would at least help her to get pregnant in future. You understand, things like that. So some people, they don't even look at the negative side of cohabitation. All they want is, okay, to live together and to enjoy the pleasure of married couples. So if you are living together, you are prone to the danger of unwanted pregnancy, you are prone to the danger of complications during pregnancy and all other dangers, seriously. And you are even prone to the danger of putting your family's name, your family reputation at risk in the mud. Let me put it that way. You are at risk of putting your family's reputation in the mud. So that is something about cohabitation. And also, with the few points I have here regarding cohabitation, women are more likely to view cohabitation as a step towards marriage, because some women, once they are under the pressure of okay, get married, some women are just so desperate that they won't just see it as a big deal. Like okay, they might even have an house of their home or a place where they live, but they will just say okay, I am desperate to get married, my families are already disturbing me to get married, and they see cohabitation as nothing. This person might even have her own vehicle, she might be financially stable, but with the fact that she really wants a home, a marriage for herself, she starts living with someone and she says okay, once I start living with this guy and I show a very good attitude towards him, he can consider marriage, you can't convince a guy, seriously, you can't. Also, why men are more likely to see it as a way to test a relationship or postpone commitment, and this gender asymmetry is associated with negative interaction and lower levels of commitment even after the relationship progresses to marriage. Why men sees cohabitation as a means of testing a relationship. Men are fond of it anyways. It's like okay, if a lady is here to spend the weekend with me, and I should be able to test her cooking skill, I should be able to test her neatness skill, I should be able to test, you know, even in the other room they will still want to test, you understand. Men are this testing kind of people, and they can't be easily convinced. It is when they make a personal decision, okay, I don't want, and seriously, men will test women they want to test. It is not every woman men will test, seriously. And if you're able to convince a man like, okay, this won't happen, they can just zero their mind like, okay, no problem, I'll wait till marriage. There are some men like that. Why there are some men that are very, very adamant to the core, and also men also use it like to prevent commitments. You know, you start telling them like, okay, I haven't paid your bride price, I haven't done all necessary things, then you are not my responsibility yet. Just imagine, and this person has been living with you for 15 months, for 20 months, and you keep telling the person you are not my responsibility just because you haven't paid our bride price. Some men are like that. Don't let men use this against you. So if you are cohabiting with someone, please reconsider it, because you are at a very, very high risk of heartbreak. Also, cohabitation is loaded with setup and switching costs. It is loaded with setup and switching costs. That is when, see, if you are married to a man, this man would want everything to work. This man would respect you. This man would care for you. But if you are cohabiting with someone, see, he would always set you up. He would always test you, and when matters arise, just say, I am testing you. Can't I just test the woman I want to marry? Can't I just test the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with? You know, sometimes men are scum, let me just put it that way. So they just use it as a way of set up when you are cohabiting with the other gender. Also, they also use it to switch costs. They switch costs when it comes to that thing very, very well. Men are so fond of it. It's not like I'm trying to like talk about the other gender in a very negative way. This topic just requires it. And living together can be fun and economical. It will pay NEPA bills while I will pay girls' bills. You know, it is somehow economical, and it is fun. This is the fun, yes, it is fun, and this fun can be it can be even more than what you are enjoying when you are married, because you are married. Marriage comes without peace of mind. It comes without rest of mind. It comes without genuine happiness. It comes without forever happiness. And since cohabitation is loaded with setup and switching costs, living together can be fun and economical, and the setup costs are subtly woven in. Now, living together can be fun and economical. You know that it is fun and it is economical, and it is important to discuss each person's motivation and commitment level before, and even better to view cohabitation as an intentional step towards marriage. Seriously, before you start your relationship, or even in your relationship, you need to talk it out. You need to define your relationship. Don't just start start the relationship and we are 6 months into the relationship, the man start talking about cohabitation. No, it is a no for me, and it should also be a no for you too. So have a motivation at hand and commitment. Know the level of commitment this man is into, like is in for. Know the level of commitment this man is in for, and also know what motivates him. Know his upbringing. Also, yeah, for this show, I am not for or against living together. Let me just put it that way. I am not for or against living together. Something I know I am 100% in for is marriage. I am not in for cohabitation. I am not in for couples life. If you are that student or if you are that working class, as people call that kind of set, the working class set, the student set, seriously, if you are that kind of person and you are living a couples life or you are cohabiting with someone, please I want you to reconsider it, as I have stated the negative side of cohabitation. So I am for young adults, knowing that far from safeguarding against divorce and unhappiness, moving in with someone can increase your chances of making a mistake or spending too much time on a mistake. Living with someone can increase your chances of making a mistake or spending too much time on a mistake. I would want you to dwell on that note, as I will be joining you again next week Monday to discuss another exciting topic on your favorite show, INSiGHT. I remain your humble host, OLASUMBO, AKINOLA, and I'm wishing you a blessed week. Have a wonderful week. Bye.